Hi there, Simber Lily Quinn here in Denver, Colorado. This is the second part of a series of getting you ready to take lessons or possibly just starting to play harp on your own at home. In my first video, I talked a lot about posture and hand position, and we're just going to pick up right there where I left off. So we were talking about closing the hand like this, not into a fist, but gently closing. You still got a little bit a little bit of air in there when you close. It's like you're capturing a butterfly. I've been, many teachers over the years have said capture a butterfly or capture something soft in your hand, and don't squish it soft. It's going to be soft. When you're, what to do, so you want to touch the tips of your fingers to your palm, and then where your thumb ends up is kind of a matter of taste, it turns out. I was originally taught that my thumb should rest between this knuckle and this knuckle, but later teachers that I worked with said you could rest your rest your thumb here. Some teachers say rest it here, but basically it doesn't really, I don't think it really matters where your thumb ends up as long as it's resting. It's not doing this, it's not doing this, but that it actually touches and releases all tension. So in the beginning, we're going to go play some notes really slowly so that you have the chance to open, close, and release the tension. Open, close, release the tension. Always after that motion. When you play really fast, you can't do that, but when you play slowly, you can. And so you want to do that. It develops the muscles and gets them playing in the right position. Okay, so now let's go to the harp, just very quickly reviewing that you want to be sitting on a flat bench, not a chair. You want to have your feet flat on the floor. You're sitting slightly forward on the front of the bench, so the weight is evenly distributed between your bottom and your feet. So your feet are firmly planted on the floor. The harp is between your legs, but don't hug the harp with your knees. This is, I used to hug my harp with my knees, and that caused me all kinds of back problems, so don't do that. All harps that are floor harps, which is what I recommend you get when you start, are designed to be balanced. They have a balance point on them so that you can rest on traditionally, your right shoulder without it being very heavy. And I am always honoring my teachers, the teachers I have met along the way, who teach me various things. And this is from Diana Rowan, who says the way you can tell if your harp is in a good position and a good weight for your shoulder is that you can shrug your shoulder and it will come slightly forward. This probably actually should come forward just a little bit more, so it's resting just a little more on my shoulder. That way it won't fly away from me when I'm playing. And if you shrug your shoulder and you can't lift your harp at all off your shoulder, it's too heavy. So you want to move the feet closer to you, so that you don't have to work so hard sitting up and all of that and holding too much weight. All right. So now just point out here that I have lights. I've added lights to this harp, which is really great in low light playing situations. When I used to play in restaurants and bars and different low light venues, it's really great. Plus it's cool lighting on this, and in this instance, it's going to help you see which strings I'm playing. And behind me, just so you know, this is the cover for this harp that I'm playing. It's on another harp to give a background here. Okay, so take your right hand, get your wrists nice and flat, and now when you practice making this cupping position and then closing and relaxing, opening, closing, opening, closing, and then you're going to gradually come a little closer to the strings. And I would like you to pick this string right here. Ooh, that was a bad thumb. Ha, now you've seen what a bad thumb looks like. To this string, which is the one shorter string. We call this up, the up position, the up direction on the harp. This is down on the harp. So one string up from middle C. So maybe we should find that first. It's a red string. Yours if you have a smaller harp, yours might not actually be in the middle of the harp. It might be a little bit lower. But you're listening for this tone. This is the middle C. Same middle C on the piano. There's a whole history about why it's called middle C that come and ask me sometime. I'll tell you about that. Okay, so find middle C. We'll do that first. So you make the cup in your hand, make a cup, point it down towards the soundboard, point it down towards the floor, and you're going to pluck with the side of your index finger. Can you see that? Turn this a little bit more so you can see this. I'm playing, don't play like this. This is what I'm trying to train you not to do, but I want you to be able to see. I'm playing just with the very side, right next to my finger now, playing with the very side, whoops, of my index finger. Play with the very side of it. Okay, but what I want you to do is I want you to move all the fingers, even though just the index finger is playing. This will train the whole hand to close, and if we accomplish that, it will save you years of aggravation down the road of fixing problems in your playing, this thing. And I'm super flexible in my teaching in lots and lots and lots of areas, like play whatever music you want to kind of play at whatever level you want to play it at. But hand position matters to me, and posture matters to me, because it produces good tone, it gives you flexibility in your playing, and it keeps you healthy. That's so important. I spent 18 months in physical therapy because I sat wrong at the harp, and I want you not to do that. Okay, so we found this C. Now we're going to come up here to a D. This is going to be our bass note, our root note, our home note is the best word for that for now, for the stuff we're going to do here for the rest of the series. This D right here. So be able to find that guy or girl, and see if you can find one up here. See if you can find the D up here. It's, again, look for the red string first, then move up. Up is this direction. And here's another one. Ooh, that one needs to be tuned a little tiny bit flat. Have a low one down here. I have to switch hands to reach the very bottom one. And then I'm using the same hand position, doing the left hand. It's just harder for you to see because of the angle. And usually the left hand, if you play piano, this will be familiar to you. If you don't, now you know. The left hand usually plays the bigger strings down here. This is the territory of the left hand because it's easier to reach down here. This is the territory of the right hand up in this area. Now the right hand can travel down into the left hand territory to a certain extent, and the left hand certainly can come all the way up here. It's got all the flexibility to move from all the way down here to all the way up here. But most often you will see harpists playing with the left hand in the lower area and the right hand in the upper area. Okay, so back to our D. I want you to be able to do that. Close, 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 and then do it with the left hand. And the whole time right now, I just want you checking your posture, making sure that you've got a cup pointed at the floor. Look here, and I rest your other hand in this position while it's waiting its turn. To get used to this, we're training your hand to do something it hasn't done before. Yeah. And then both together. Sitting up nice and tall. Make sure you're breathing. It's really easy to hold your breath when you're learning something new. It even still happens to me. And then when you stop breathing, then after a while your fingers will start to complain because they're like, hey, we don't have any oxygen. We need some more oxygen. All right. And then up here too. If you've got them up here, play them. Know where all your D's are on your harp. Nice. All right. I just checked my time here. Okay. All right. End of lesson 2. So just very quickly reviewing, practice this in the mirror, watch this. It doesn't, where else do you do this? You can do it when you're driving, if you drive, and keep practicing this. All right, so we're going to take those Ds in the next lesson and we're going to add some notes to them. So I'll see you there.